Hi guys and welcome back to another video. This week I'm going to be going over my opinion on VR sim racers. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. I've always been a fan of racing sim games. I remember being so excited to play Gran Turismo 5 on PlayStation 3. I would play for hours on end trying out all the cars I could. What I loved about it was the car market, where it would just rotate what cars it had on it. The choices were endless. I then, for Christmas, got a Logitech G27. At the time I'd never driven a car, so I had to teach myself how to do it. The G27 came with a shifter and a clutch pedal. I remember driving an MX-5 and just not being able to control it at all, but I stuck to it and eventually managed to figure it out, how the clutch, gears and everything worked. But eventually it broke and I haven't had a wheel and pedals in probably 6 or 7 years. So when Oculus said you could use Link with a normal USB 3, I knew I had to try a proper sim racer with a wheel. So I went ahead and bought the entry level Thrustmaster TMX. The pedals aren't the best, but they do the job. When I first hopped in, I thought I'd go in at the deep end and use the Lotus 98T in Project Cars 2 with no assists, and Jesus, it was a baptism of fire. I absolutely loved it. It blew me away in all honesty. After years and years of just playing sim races on a single monitor with a controller, it was so weird looking around the cockpit of a car in 3D. When you are lining up on the starting grid surrounded by all the other cars, it feels surreal. When the lights go out and you race down to the first corner looking left and right to see what the best line is to take, you feel like you are actually at the track in that car, and it's incredible. One of the best things about using a VR headset whilst playing a racing sim is that you can look into the corners and seek out the apex. This helps out astronomical amounts. When only using a single monitor, you have to judge where the apex of the corner is when turning in. You can easily miss it as you can't see it when you're turning in on some of the sharper corners. But when you're in VR, you can look to the right or left while turning in, and you can make those little micro adjustments so you can clip the apex perfectly. When I was driving the 98T with no assists and the turbo kicked in, Jesus, it felt fast. It's just nothing, and then 1,200 horsepower. There's no in between, and you need to make sure you keep it in that turbo range. Otherwise, if you aren't dead straight, you are spinning out most of the time. Because everything is in 3D, you get a depth perception, which you don't get when using a single monitor. This makes it feel a lot quicker as well. If you're going to try out VR sim racers, I can't recommend getting a wheel enough. I purchased the Thrustmaster TMX, which was only £160 from Game UK. The pedal set leaves a lot to be desired, but they do the job when you first start off. They are easily upgradable with the purchase of the Thrustmaster T3 PA pedal set, which will set you back another £100, but they do include a clutch pedal and look very well made. I will definitely be looking to purchase these in the near future. The TMX wheel is belt and gear driven and has a really nice feel to it when using it. The only problem I have is that it can be a bit blurry in the distance, so it's quite hard to learn a new track in VR, so I'd recommend only racing on tracks you already know, so you know where the braking points and turning points are. This will just maximise the fun. Obviously you can learn new tracks. Just to maximise the fun, I'd recommend driving on tracks you already know. It isn't that bad, but can hinder you sometimes. I know that as the headsets get better, then this will hopefully be a thing of the past. Honestly, if you're a fan of cars or motorsport, you should definitely give this a go. I remember trying a VR sim racer in a VR arcade, and I wasn't impressed at all. The headset didn't fit me, and the headphones didn't create a seal around my ears so I could hit everyone else, and not the car itself. I don't remember the car being very responsive either, so if you've tried out one of these, I wouldn't let it deter you from actually purchasing one for yourself. You can choose what racing sim you want and can explore all the cars and tracks that your heart desires. So in conclusion, VR racing sims change the whole feel of them and give them a whole new lease of life. When the hardware improves in the future, the graphics will get a lot better and the blurriness will be a thing of the past. It is definitely worth the price you have to pay for it. So that's going to end the video for today. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash like, comment and subscribe. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.